Hello there, viewer or viewers. I am going to demonstrate a technique that I've been using to solve a particular kind of math problem. I'm going to be using a website known as Khan Academy for this demonstration. It's a pretty good website. I highly recommend it if you want to learn stuff about stuff. So, the particular question that we will be using to demonstrate this technique is: there are 9 students in a class, 5 boys and 4 girls. If the teacher picks a group of 4 at random, what is the probability that everyone in the group is a boy? There is already a technique for solving this kind of problem, obviously, but I like to think that mine is somewhat more efficient than the one displayed on the Khan Academy website. So the equation goes like this. The probability, I'll be using the scratch pad, so this is going to look really bad, but it'll be fine. So the probability equals, okay, hang on, 1 over the permutations of the number of students taken x at a time. I will explain what x is in a second. Multiplied by the number of students minus the group. The number of students minus the number of students in the group. That would be this group, the group of 4 random people. The permutations, more precisely, of the number of students minus the number of students in the group, also taken x at a time. In this equation, x equals this will take me a second to write, the opposite of the intended group. Now you've got the group of random people here, but you've also got what I've been calling the intended group and the non-intended group, or the opposite of the intended group. And in this case, what is the probability that everyone in the group is a boy? That means that boys are the intended group. So x in this case, x equals the number of girls, because girls are not the intended group here. Okay, now that we've established that, let's put it into practice. So, in this equation, we have 1 over, there are 9 students, so it would be the permutations of 9 students, and the opposite of the intended group is the girls, so 9 students taken 4 at a time. Alright, so there's a separate equation for dealing with permutations. I'm going to assume for the moment that you already know how to do that equation, but so for the moment I'm going to simplify it and just write it out as 9 times 8 times 7 times 6. Multiply this by the number of students, which is 9, minus the number of people in the random group, which is 4. Permutations of 9 minus 4 taken 4 at a time, since x is 4. 9 minus 4 is, of course, 5. So permutations of 5 taken 4 at a time would be 5 times 4 times 3 times 2. Put that in parentheses. Okay. Now that we have... Now we just simplify it. So I have Google Calculator here, and 9 times 8 times 8 times 7 times 6, 3,024. So we'll write that down. 1 over 3,024. It's a bit. 3,024 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2, which is 120. 120. So that leaves us with 120 over 3,024. I'm going to assume that this can be simplified. So step 1 would be to just divide 3,024 by 100 and by 120. However, that does not divide evenly. So start by dividing it by 2. So we'll have 60 over 1,512. Some of you have probably already figured it out. I apologize, simplification is not my strong suit. Divided by 2 again, so 56. 30 over 756. Can that be divided by 3? It can indeed, which leaves us with 10 over 252. Divided by 2 leaves us with, hang on, running out of room over here. 5 over 126. And since 5 is a prime number, we know that cannot be simplified any further. So it appears that our answer is 5 over 126. Let's enter it in, and voila! This is just one example of this particular equation. I hope it assists you in your math learning ventures. And I'm sure you find that if you ever use this equation again, it will prove to be as reliable to you as it has been to me. Thank you. I hope you've enjoyed.